Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and broken news. Russian forces have arrived in Niger. This is actually rather breaking, but of course it's already broken, so it's broken news. The Russian, according to Larry Madovo, basically an international correspondent for CNN, posted on X, basically saying that the Russian weapons and troops have arrived in Niger after the military junta have ended the US military deal. And so according to the state TV, there is trainers as well as anti-aircraft system coming into Niger. So let's watch this video by the Russian state media, I think it's RNA. Reports on this.
И это значит, что Россия возвращается в Африку.
Russia is returning to Africa.
Африканский корпус на данный момент здесь будет налаживать взаимоотношения, а также совместное формирование и обучение армии Нигера.
Training the Niger army. So then you can see that they are moving a lot of stuff.
Весь состав полностью подготовлен с прививками к болезням, с болезнями знакомились с местными. То есть, я думаю, что мы справимся.
Приземление здесь российских специалистов еще интересно тем, что буквально в сотнях метрах отсюда находятся войска НАТО. Да, сюда прибывают американские войска, немецкие, для того, чтобы впоследствии перелететь на базу в Агадесе, где сейчас расположены примерно 1100 американских военнослужащих, откуда они с помощью беспилотников могут контролировать практически половину африканского континента.
С собой мы привезли учебно-материальную базу для подготовки различных специалистов. У нас очень большой опыт по борьбе с терроризмом, и здесь мы находимся для передачи этого опыта нашим друзьям.
So just now when the reporter from the Russian state media was talking about the US base with drones capable of controlling half of the continent, that is the base that Niger has ordered the Americans to evacuate from, to withdraw from Niger from. So the Americans have not followed the order just yet from Niger. Their troops are still there, the drones are still there, the military base is still there. However, it is expected from the Niger government that the Americans will be moving out. So I have gone in depth, a deep dive onto this issue. I know most of you guys may not have watched it, so I may recommend you to watch it. I actually recommend you to watch it. I put the link at the end of this video. Do check it out. And of course, they have sent specialists to continue to report to train the troops in Niger. So let's carry on. So this RTN. I believe this is Niger media. So the Niger media reported about the arrival of a huge Russian aircraft with the latest military equipment, with military instructors.
Nous sommes ici pour former l'armée du Niger pour aider, en utilisant
oh, he's speaking French.
Arrivé ici. C'est le matériel pour différentes spécialités militaires, pour formation de spécialités militaires. Nous sommes ici pour développer la coopération militaire entre la Russie et Niger.
So it's interesting. The Russian forces that was sent to Niger actually can speak French. At least for this particular person who is speaking in French, probably these instructors might also all be trained to speak in French, or they are already French, able to speak French somehow. But this guy actually speaks pretty well in French, even though I don't understand French, but he seems like he knows what he's talking about.
Et d'installer par elle-même un système de défense anti-aérien à même d'assurer le contrôle total de notre espace aérien.
Interesting. So they will be installing a surface-to-air missile system for Niger to help to protect Niger's airbase, but no, they're there to train the Niger forces to fight against terrorists, but terrorists do not have air force. So this surface-to-air missile systems is definitely beyond that. It's something to do with geopolitics in the region against the French-led ECOWAS. It could also be against the Americans, which may not want to leave, and the surface-to-air missile systems can actually help to deny aircraft from Niger's airspace and to disrupt air travel or disrupt any possibilities of a Western Air Force trying to do something in Niger. So that's a possibility.
Russes assureront une formation de qualité à nos militaires pour une utilisation efficiente du dit système. Avec cette nouvelle acquisition du matériel militaire, notre espace aérien connaîtra désormais une meilleure protection.
So it's very interesting because it is very difficult to sometimes it's very difficult to think about how equipments can be justified. When we buy surface-to-air missile system, but you're actually in peacetime. So Niger is not that peaceful. They have terrorist threats. They have some kind of confrontation with ECOWAS. With France is also losing a lot of money, a lot of influence with the ejection out of Niger. Who knows, France may want to try something weird. But with this surface-to-air missile system, a lot of these options may be denied. And this also is now being reported through articles. Like this one is by DW. I think they actually post. Did they take this from another article? Yes, they take by Reuters and DPA. But this DPA is not DPA. This is the German Reuters. So basically, by DW, they actually also wrote about this, that the Russians have sent military trainers and troops to Niger. So this 1 hour is already broken. So the Russian defense military sent a military trainer and Niger. So RTN, correct? This is the Nigerian state media. So basically, they have shown an Ilshin 76. I actually not so familiar with aircraft, and they have this is actually related to the recent agreement with the military junta and Vladimir Putin. So they are increasing cooperation, and I believe that the Americans may have already caught wind of this earlier, which is why there was this broke down in relationship between Niger and the United States. I've already covered in depth about this, as I mentioned earlier. Do check out the video. And so the Russian trainer basically said that they are here to train the Nigerian army and develop military cooperation between Russia and Niger. So this one, the video that I was talking about was the one which is the one that Niger have revoked the accord with the US government to operate the base. So there is 1,000 troops in this base, and the drone base is built rather recently, just less than a decade ago, and it cost $100 million to build. So the rest of these things about cool, and Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso have witnessed military coups, and then the juntas has formed the alliance of the Sahel states and end their military relationship with the colonial power or former colonial power of France. So Russia have ramped up its effort to build stronger relationship with Africa because Russia wasn't a colonial power. So the Europeans are supposedly cooperating. US, France, and some other European countries are trying to fight the Islamists in the Sahel region, and the Islamists until today they are still around, and clearly you have to look at the motivations. Why wipe out these militias if these militias are the reason for you to be in the country, to have a presence, to have an influence in the region? So it's the same thing during the situation with the Islamic State, where the Americans have such a powerful aerial and military presence in Iraq and Jordan, and somehow the Islamic State is not wiped out. It was only wiped out when the Russians arrived in Syria. So because Islamic State could become the excuse for this military power to stay around. Similarly, for the Western powers to stay around, the Islamists or the extremists or the terrorists will have to stay around in the Sahel region for them to justify their presence. So this is definitely not looking good for the Americans, because the Americans have been using such excuses, or the French as well, and other Western powers as well, and the Russians may actually wipe out or eliminate these terrorists or militia or rebels threats, in the region. So yeah, and that's bad for business, right? So anyway, this is the broken news. Thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe. Of course, check out correct. Check out this the video, on the deep dive on the situation in Niger, and I'll see you guys in the next update.